A couple of years ago, I, 19 male, received around $7,000 from my grandmother. I was looking to start college soon and she wanted to put me in the right direction. I didn't work during high school because my parents wanted me to focus on school, which was paid off as I graduated valedictorian of my class. Because of this, I never had access to my personal bank accounts. When I had enough cash and checks to deposit, my mom, 49, would just deposit them into a joint savings account she said belonged to me. Fast forward a year later and I'm ready to open a checking account to pay for my own things. My mom comes with me and proposes to the bank employee that we just keep the joint savings account like it is. The employee obliges and I finally have my own checking account. I check the savings account and I have only $1,000 in it. My mom would often tell me that she needed to dip into it a little and she would pay me back, so I would always let her. I had no idea it was this low. A few months later, my beloved old 1999 Mercury Grand Marquis broke down for the last time. My mom's side of the family was very pushy about the idea of getting a new car. I wasn't, but I finally caved when I was told I wouldn't have to pay the full monthly payments, which came to around $900 per month. My grandmother, Dad's mom, and my dad gave me another generous sum of around $7,500 to get me started, and my granny and pops, mom's parents, put around $3,000 down on the car. This month, I was informed by my granny and pops that the money from my grandmother and dad had run out, and I would need to start paying some again. I've been religiously searching for a job, combing all sorts of boards daily, and getting plenty of interviews. However, because I didn't work in high school, I found no luck. I've been door dashing, but aside from that, I have no source of income. My college financial aid refund came in recently to the tune of about $2,000. I wanted to treat the love of my life to a lovely Valentine's Day, so I set some money aside for daily use and had planned to transfer some more for my V-Day plans. I knew I would need a large amount because of my plans, but I didn't see it as exorbitant. I had to ask my mom for permission to use any of the money because she immediately put an embargo on my usage of my own refund, saying it needed to be put toward the car. I transferred $200 out for early shopping and going on dates before V-Day. I checked my bank account a few days ago and all but $50 was gone from my account. I called and asked and my mom told me that I needed to listen to her, that her word was final and that I couldn't be trusted with my own money. She blew up at me for moving in with my dad, long story, and implied I needed to pay the full $900 per month. So, am I the idiot for seeking a different bank without telling my mom? Info please. It sounds like someone, either your mother or your grandparents, co-signed for this car, because I don't see any dealership extending a loan with a $900 per month payment to a 19-year-old who has never had a job, or mom and grandparents have been making the payments and probably using money from your savings to do it, and they're mad that you're using your savings for a lavish Valentine's Day instead of helping to pay for an eye-watering car note. What the heck? The car is technically in my pop's name. We have an agreement where I drive the car and I'm on the insurance as a part-time driver, or something like that. Forgive me, I don't know the exact name. The $7,000 I got a few years ago was not put toward the car at all. My mom used that for her own bills. Again, I didn't want a new car. My granny was dead set on it. I hope this clears up some of the confusion. So the car is titled and registered to your dad, but your name is on the loan. Bro, you need to stop agreeing to these horrible ideas. You've been straddled with all the debt and financial responsibility with none of the leverage. What happens when you pay off the car, only to have dad suddenly need it full time and tell you that you have to buy your own car now? You're essentially gifting your dad a free car. If your name isn't on it, don't pay for it unless it's a gift. My goodness, you're an adult and your mother is stealing from you. The original $7,000 was spent. The additional $7,500 was also spent towards several car payments. Take this car, park it at your father's house, and hand him the keys. You do not have a job and you cannot afford it. Once that's done, take an Uber to a therapist's office. You need to work on separating from the abusive people in your life and undoing some obligement conditioning you display. Otherwise, your family will continuously find reasons to keep you close, broke, and tired. Check your credit and freeze it. If she's stolen from you, I wouldn't doubt she'd open credit cards in your name too. OP, please do this today. Good luck, kiddo. I, 20 female, am from Asia and came to the US for college. Amy, 20 female, became my best friend here. We do a lot of things together, including regularly eating meals on campus. However, eating in the States hasn't been very enjoyable for me. I grew up eating family-style meals with 3 or 4 shared dishes, so I'm used to a variety of flavours. The one serving per person style here makes me get tired of my food very quickly. I suggested sharing food with Amy, but it rarely happens because she eats very limited types of food and has allergies. Even when she agrees to share, it's more like trying a few bites rather than actually sharing the meal. Recently, I've been eating almost every meal with my boyfriend. A big reason is that I can share everything with him with no restrictions and try many new things. I enjoy it so much more. Amy understands that I eat with him a lot because we're dating, but she still tries to set up times for us to eat together since it used to be our habit. I keep turning her down politely until she finally confronted me and asked why. I told her the truth. I only really enjoy food when there's variety. Because of her picky eating and restrictions, we can't share food, so we shouldn't eat together. Amy took it well on the spot. However, a mutual friend later told me that Amy was upset and said I was wrong for ditching Amy as a regular meal buddy. I was very defensive because my own preferences had been undermined for a long time. That friend still said I was an idiot for bluntly saying I wouldn't eat with someone because of their eating habits. Am I the idiot? More info. Amy and I see each other every day doing homework and hanging out, therefore I don't consider eating meals important bonding time. You are the idiot. I was very defensive because my own preferences had been undermined for a long time. You can still order and eat whatever you want. No one's undermining your preferences. Your friend is just ordering food she likes for herself. Your whole attitude is, you wanting to eat your food gets in the way of me eating your food, and I don't like it. And the fact that her friend has allergies. How dare her friend have allergies and not be able to eat what OP is eating? Honestly, this just comes off as greedy to me. Like someone won't give you their food, so you refuse to eat with them. Sure, trying new things is nice, but you still have an entire plate of food to yourself. You get 3 meals a day. Is it really so horrible to be stuck with one single dish? It's not like you're forced to eat something you don't like. You get to choose your own food. Yeah, you are the idiot. Order more dishes for yourself and take home what you don't eat. Sharing dishes, while it might be okay for you, is not the norm for many, especially with allergies. You care about your food more than you care about your friend. Not wanting to share food doesn't make her a picky eater, and food allergies are real. Grow up. This happened on Saturday, which was my birthday. Our son is a university student. His university is a 5-hour drive from us, so he drives there whenever he wants. He asked if he could bring his new girlfriend, same age, same university, but different fields, to my birthday. He said he wanted to introduce her to us as things are getting serious. I told him absolutely. I asked him if she had any dietary restrictions so I can make sure to accommodate her. He said actually he wanted to talk to me about this. He said that while she has no allergies, she follows a strict diet for ethical reasons. I asked him to give me a few ideas for the main dish because I didn't want her to be hungry, so I just added the extra dish solely for her. They showed up around 4. My daughter and her husband showed up too. My son's girlfriend was clearly not impressed by us. I think we are too noisy and chatty, lol. I don't blame her. My daughter kept trying to engage her and connect with her, but she clearly wasn't interested. She was on her phone the whole time. When I invited everyone to come to the table for dinner, she took a look at the food in disgust and went back to the living room. My son went after her and I joined her too. Turned out she got disgusted that I used the same oven that I cooked meat. I mean, we only have one oven. My son apologized and told her he can order food if she wants, but she said she's too grossed out to eat. After dinner, while we were eating the cake, my daughter decided to spill the beans. She's pregnant. My husband and I cried. We were happy. My husband asked if they know if it's a boy or a girl. My son-in-law said no, not yet, but they will find out soon. My son's girlfriend decided to say that we're backwards because in this day and age we care about gender. My husband was trying to explain that he was just curious, but then my son's girlfriend got into a bigger argument with him and started calling him names. I told her to leave. She had no right to ruin my daughter's moment. My son got angry and told me to apologize to his girlfriend for insulting her views. I refused, so they both left. My son refuses to answer any of my texts. Was I an idiot? Not the idiot, don't worry, she sounds like a lot and he'll get tired soon. Stop texting him, he's supporting someone whose behaviour was awful. Just keep ready to respond if he texts you, and hope that all the years of living in what sounds like a wonderful and loving family will come through and knock some sense into him. Congratulations on your first grandbaby. That is exciting news. Agreed. Congratulations on the grandbaby. That other stuff will work itself out over time. He'll be alright. That girlfriend won't last long if he has any sense. Sounds like she has to be the centre of attention, and the only way she could upstage your daughter's pregnancy was to take issue with wanting to know if they had found out the gender. Holy moly, she was so damned rude. You were more patient than I would have been. I'm a knitter and enjoy making all kinds of things, but for the most part I knit things for my husband or me. I don't have the heart to buy nice yarn, a pattern, and put hours into making something for someone just to watch it be treated like crap. I have no say over what others do with the things I give them, so I just don't. My mother-in-law said, "I have a challenge for you, if you're up to it." She pointed at a picture on her phone and said that the challenge was for me to make her a Sophie scarf that would match her dress. I asked her, why is she framing it as a challenge when it's just her asking me to knit something for her? She didn't have an answer and just said, if I'm up to the challenge, I can give it a try. I asked my husband what I should do. He said to just flat out tell her no, but it would be nice to at least meet her halfway. I asked her to send me a picture of the dress and went to my yarn store to get yarn in a colour I thought would be good and a pair of needles from my own stash. I got her a Learn to Knit book. The next time I saw her, I gave it all to her and said, here's everything you'll need to make your Sophie scarf, except the pattern you'll need to buy yourself. She looked at it like, what the heck, and said in this pitiful voice, oh, you couldn't figure it out? I said, no, I've made myself a few, but I thought it would be better for her to learn to knit and challenge herself. She frowned at it but didn't say anything else to me and just set the yarn aside. She did, however, go to my husband and tell him that all she had done was give me a challenge, but I hadn't even tried. He heard her out, but told her it was ultimately up to me. I have unfortunately seen her posting on her Facebook about how she doesn't get my generation and why we have to make everything so difficult. I thought this would be an interesting question to pose to you all, so am I the idiot? Everyone's the idiot here. The whole interaction is freaking weird. Your mother-in-law making it into a challenge is freaking odd, but it feels fairly obvious to me that she's insecure about asking you to make her a scarf directly. You could have just said no or even asked if she'd like to learn instead. But instead, you buy her the materials and tell her to make it herself. That's incredibly passive-aggressive. It's clear that she had no interest in learning how to knit herself. So, yeah, you did make this situation weirder when you could have just told her no. You are the idiot. It was so completely unnecessary and passively aggressive. You don't want to spend time and money to make something that won't be appreciated, so you spend time and money, admittedly less time, to give her something she won't appreciate. There is no way you thought she would appreciate this. This wasn't about meeting her halfway. This was about you making a what the heck you gesture because you're annoyed at her. So you are the idiot for pretending otherwise. Mother-in-law framed it as a challenge, as a manipulation tactic. As in, I think you can't do this. Prove me wrong. Not the idiot. This is like someone challenging you to clean out their garage. She wants something and is trying to set up the situation, so your success is based on her getting what she wants. This often works to get 4-year-olds to clean, but it's not something adults should try. Yesterday I visited my mother. Her husband wanted us all to get dinner together. Her, him, his kids and me. We went to Chipotle and one of my kids got some fruit juice with apple cider vinegar in it from one of the juice dispensers. He didn't like it and asked his dad if he could pour it out and get something else. His dad told him no, that he shouldn't have gotten a whole cup full, he should have just gotten a tiny amount to try before filling the whole cup. His son was sulking, and my mom's husband told him to sit up straight and stop being a baby. He looked mad, like he was about to go off. I asked his son if I could try the juice and chugged it real quick before his dad could say anything. My mom's husband told me to walk outside with him. His face was red. I said no, that I didn't want to. He told me not to make him lose it in front of everyone at Chipotle. I said I'm not making him do anything and I don't want to go outside with him. I also said I was only trying to help. He started to get all in my face, so I grabbed my salad and went to my car. I drove home without saying bye to my mother. She called me while I was driving and unloaded on me, calling me so rude and disrespectful. She said I always do this. I always intentionally antagonize her husband. She said I loved starting fights, but I don't want to deal with the consequences. She said she couldn't believe I left without saying goodbye after she bought me dinner. She said a lot of stuff. I thought that if I drank the juice, it would get rid of the problem. I figured the issue was the wastefulness, so if I drank it, he could get a different drink without issue. I really don't understand why what I did was a problem. My mother said it was massively disrespectful. So, was I really an idiot? Not the idiot. Your stepdad sounds like the kind of person who's always looking for a reason to be upset and flex his control. He thought you were undermining him, but you were just being kind. Even if your solution was wrong, he still doesn't have the right to pull you outside by yourself and scold you. That would be your mother's place to do so if she felt it was necessary. The fact that the way he wanted to speak to you, yell more likely, wasn't appropriate to do inside where there were witnesses tells you everything you need to know about how that interaction would have gone down. If he can't say it to you in public with eyewitnesses, he doesn't need to say it at all. Period. Mom, it's your choice to stay married to an abusive piece of crap. It's my choice to limit interactions with said abuser. I don't have to put up with your husband or obey him in any way. He has no authority over me and never will. Narcissists thrive on fear, control, and the power they get when their targets walk around on eggshells. Your mother is a doormat, enabling that behavior. Please go no contact for your own mental well-being.